Do you believe that Trump is actually going to end this war in Ukraine?
I don't think he will. I think he actually wants to. He has really two main avenues that he could take. One is to try to attempt negotiations. But I think that there's just no way. The Russians have every reason to be suspicious and not to enter into an agreement with the U.S. It's got to be an ironclad agreement. I don't know how you can do that to really guarantee that the U.S. will keep its side of the bargain. And that's hard to do. How do you make that? How do you guarantee something like that? And then okay, that's on the Russian side, but on the U.S. side, I just don't think it's politically possible for Trump to accede to Russia's terms. It would be an admission of weakness vis-a-vis the Russians. It would be an admission that we really lost the war. And I don't think that Trump can do that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I mean, he's going to have too much opposition. He himself may not be willing to do it. And then even if he were willing to do it, he may just find that there's just too much opposition within his own government to it. The other avenue that he can take is he can just cut off military assistance, all military equipment and munitions to Ukraine. And that would bring the war to an end rather quickly. I think in a month's time, at most 2 months. Now, the problem with that approach, I mean, it's easier, and he can justify it, say, this is Biden's war. He lost it. This was stupid. The Ukrainians are corrupt. They're crazy. And, we could, like we say, I think it would be really, really important to change the narrative. If he does all that work, I think maybe he can get away with it. I don't know if he really is going to be able to do that. If he's not able to change the narrative and you cut off supplies to Ukraine, what's going to happen when the Russians, let's say, cross the Dnieper and start marching towards Odessa or marching towards Kiev? We don't know how far they're going to go. At some point, there's just going to be panic maybe not in the streets, but certainly within, government offices all throughout the West. And there's going to be a lot of shrieking and say, look, what has Trump's done? I mean, the Russians are coming, the Russians are coming. And I don't know what that will lead to, because I don't think really there's a whole lot we can do about it, but there's going to be a political price to pay. So he may just finally say, look, this is a really stupid war, but I just can't, I inherited it and I can't get out of it.